welcome to another Today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. Today is December 12th, and here's everything that's happened. Should you want to revisit them in some form or another, because it's their important day, and therefore maybe you could make it your important day. On this day in 1863, Edvard Munch was born. Munch? I don't know. You know, famous painter, really great stuff. I've seen a bunch of his work in various New York City museums, and it's one of the reasons I love it here. Love it here. Appreciate New York City in that you can just like take a subway for $2.75 and see such great artwork, because it's like very often for free or like suggested price, which just means, you know, like here's a buck, should that be all you can afford. On this day in 1889, Atola Nesmith was born, aka the Old Woman, who you probably don't know her stage name or her character name or her actor's name. Atola Nesmith, the Old Woman, was a horror host who followed, not in her footsteps, but followed Vampira. Vampira was on the air from 54 through 55, and then there was really nothing for a bit until about 1957, I think maybe 1958, where the Old Woman appeared in a horror hosting series called Nightmare, and Atola it's all featured here in this book. Her story is right here. Creatures of the Night That We Loved So Well by James M. Fetters. And I mean, it's got a lot of great stuff in here, but this is one of those stories that I really appreciate because there's no other way to have known it. Her footage doesn't exist. There's only like a photo or two that exists, like this here. And she was like just a mad woman living in like an attic, who each episode she'd say she was the starlet from the movie they'd watch. So let's say like Frankenstein, they'd screen the 31 Frankenstein, and she would then say that like she was May Clark, like the actress May Clark who played like the lead female in Frankenstein, but now is like a withered, haggard, mad old woman, even though it's only about 25 years later. So let's just say May Clark was 20 at the time of Frankenstein, so that means she's 45-ish by the time that this TV show was broadcast. And May Clark in particular had such a problem with somebody else saying they were her and that they were this like grizzly old lady. She sued her for like defamation of character, and it went to court, and in the end the Old Woman, Atola Nesmith, wound up winning because it was considered like comical or something. Very ridiculous. Anyway, the point is each episode, or each, you know, horror hosting thing they would do, she was Helen Chandler from Dracula, or Marion Marsh from Svengali, or whatever. And each one she was different. And I was saying this earlier the other day when talking about Marvin and Shark Theater in Chicago. Here's somebody else who's doing horror hosting in a way that's completely different than Vampira or Zachary, and that's fun because there's just a lot of room for creativity here. You know, like here's your canvas, and now run with it. And I dig that even more so because how fascinating that this is stuff that like is lost to time. It's just in this book, and that's really it. So buy the book on her birthday, December 12th. What else? Modsen Amek. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't know. There's umlauts. Umlauts all over the place. Lots and lots of umlauts. Born on this day, 1970, of course, Twin Peaks fame. So there you go, December 12th. I think I've given you a well-rounded thing, you know, a suggestion on what to do today. Appreciate some artwork, why don't you? Or read a book, or watch Twin Peaks. Or none of the above. All the above. Pleasure to have in class. Till tomorrow.